Hi guys and welcome back to Jyoti Jia Love. How are you all? Finally it's raining here in Kolkata and the weather is like just awesome, but we are not able to go out. We means I and Jia, because Jia is not well from last 2 to 3 days. She is suffering from high fever. She was suffering from high fever and cough and cold and all that. So now she is like okayish, but still she needs rest. That's why. So coming back to this video, I want to tell you that trust me, I wanted to do this from so long that I can't even tell you all. But I won't say I was busy or I was not having time, no. But the main reason was I was not able to understand from where to start this video and where to end. And just a short disclaimer, I am doing this video just to share my own experience with my own child, with my own baby. And my motive is, if it helps even one or two of you, that will mean a lot to me. So that's why I'm doing this video. Trust me, I don't have any other intentions. Also because I feel we will be more connected if you know me. If you know me and Jia, what we went through and what we are going through, what she's suffering from, or problems, and that's why I'm doing this video. Nothing else is the reason. Now you must be knowing about the problem which she is suffering, that is hydrocephalus and meningocele. I had given a short like short story about this in my first video, that was channel's intro. If you have not seen that, I will link that video in my description box. So I will link that in my description box. Please go and check that. Yeah, so hydrocephalus, which is also known as water on the brain, and this is how is this caused. You know what, here in this video I can use a lot of like medical terms, but I don't want to do that, because I want this should be understood by everyone, by every people. I don't want people to go in the Google and search for the words and its meanings. No, I don't want that. I just want to say that its causes, because the fluid which, like, what do we say, the fluid which cushions the brain and surrounds the brain and spinal cord, when that fluid is not able to drain through the brain, then this happens. Then hydrocephalus is caused. Hydrocephalus should be treated, because if it's not, then you know what, it can cause brain damage, it can cause a loss in mental or physical abilities, and even death. Yes, trust me, even death. Now Jia is my first child, she is my first baby, and I had no experience in handling a child, or no experience of motherhood. So I know every parents are like very happy, they start growing step by step along with the child. But frankly speaking, I was very upset, not with her, but the problems that she was facing. I was upset because I knew that my baby cannot walk ever again. I knew that she was not able to crawl. She was not able to even crawl. So yeah, that was like hurting. Unfortunately, I don't have any pictures or images of Jia before her operation. Frankly speaking, I had, but my mom and my relatives didn't wanted me to keep that pictures anymore in my mobile, because I do understand their concern. Maybe they knew that I would see that again and again. I would cry for that and all that sauce. That to that time I deleted all the pictures, but now I'm like regretting that I shouldn't have done that. Till now, what I have done, I have downloaded some pictures from the internet just to show you, and believe me, trust me, these pictures are exactly the same which I wanted to show you. And I will be like putting those pictures in the middle of this video wherever necessary. And the main thing here is that hydrocephalus is identified when the mother is 4 months pregnant, and I was given this information when I was 9th month pregnant. So you know what, whom to blame here? I would just suggest you, please choose your doctors and gyno wisely. Me myself was treated from very renowned doctors and hospitals, but still I would like to request you all, choose your doctors, gyno, everything wisely, and whatever is prescribed to you, whatever is suggested to you, your food, your meal, your diet, your medicines, everything, just take it on time. Now the second thing which I was very upset from was, like, they were not explaining us what exactly we have to do, what has to be done when the child is suffering from hydrocephalus and meningocele, because they kept her in NCU like for 7 days long, and they were doing nothing. When I came to Kolkata, when I went to 3 to 4 big hospitals. There too they asked me to do this test, that test, everything, but they were not giving us proper suggestions, or they were not telling us exactly what should have been done. Then this doctor whom we met after I think 2 months, he called me up, he asked me to sit, and he explained to me everything step by step. He was like, I don't want to be fake with you, I don't want to give you false expectations, I just want to tell you whatever the truth is, whatever you are going to face, and whatever your child is going to face. And I was like, bring it on. And then he told me about everything about hydrocephalus and meningocele, and he told me that treatment will be done, a shunt will be given to her, shunt operation will be done. But he told me that after that also she will not able to move her legs, she will not be able to walk, she will not be able to stand, she will not be able to sit perfectly. And I was like, okay. After that, I remember that day very clearly. I was like listening to him, whatever he was saying, and I took Jia in my hands. I went out of the room, and I was like, of course I was totally broken, and I was crying like a maniac, I may say. I remember that was the first and last day when I was crying for her problems. Did send her reports to Vellore, to Delhi WHO, then to Mumbai Leelavati. I tried my level best, but the same result came from everyone's end, that this is it, whatever they are saying is the final words, and shunt has to be done. And then also we don't guarantee that how much of her brain will be damaged. I just want to request to all the doctors, see, I cannot say negative to all the doctors, because yes, I met these doctors also who were like very they were saying the truth to me, they explained me everything very well. So just straightforward, just be straightforward and tell everything whatever it is, so that the parents are also having a clear idea ki, oh okay, we have to do this, we'll do this, and then this, and we'll get this. Then we met this neurosurgeon, and I seriously owe my life to him, because I think according to me, he's the best. So the neurosurgeon explained me about shunt, and shunt is like, in simple words I would like to tell you that shunt is a flexible tube, you can say. He said that it will be inserted to a ventricle of her brain till her abdominal part, yeah, so that the extra fluid which is not able to drain out, that will pass through this shunt, and then it will get absorbed to the bloodstream. Still I was like very nervous, because shunt is not at all 100% safe. There are many side effects of shunts. Also, what I had read that shunts can be broken, shunts get infections and all that sort. So I was like again very nervous, but I know I had to do that. I didn't had any other option. And it was decided on the 5th month, when Tia was of 5 months, it was decided that we will operate her. Now due to her meningocele, she was not able to sleep straight. Now just imagine, I am watching my baby from last 5 months, that she is not able to sleep straight. She has to sleep 1 hour turning the right side, and then 1 hour turning the left side. That was very painful to me. What I used to do was, I also used to turn when she used to sleep. I used to sleep with her that side, and then when I changed her side, I used to sleep like that side. But it was very painful to me. So I can imagine what pain she has gone through, and I was upset for that. Also, the size of her head was growing bigger and bigger day by day. Her eyes was always like looking downside, because of the pressure of the fluid in the brain. It was pressurized. Her eyes was so much pressurized that she was constantly looking downwards. She was not able to hear properly. Doctors told me that the pressure of the fluid was so much that her ears were blocked, not 100% but at least I think 90%. And I was left thinking like, what is right with this kid then? After her surgery, shunt surgery also, she was always very much scared of each and everything. Like if there's a big sound or something, she used to get scared. I know every child gets scared, but her was little exceptional case. She was like scared with each and everything, and I was pretty sure that I don't want to see her in such pain anymore. And so I decided no, shunt should be done, her meningocele operation should be done, so that she can at least sleep straight. And then we were ready for the operation. I still remember the operation was 4 hours long, and after the operation they brought her out and she was lying on a bed. She was totally unconscious that time, but I was able to see her every cuts, every stitches I was able to see. And that was like, I was so helpless, I was not able to do anything. And slowly when she was getting conscious, I think she was feeling the pain, and that's why she was crying a lot, she was yelling a lot. I was 10 days along with Gia. I was admitted in that hospital, and I was watching her crying, yelling, screaming for her pain, and I was like not able to do anything. I was so helpless, and that was the worst day in my life. I was calling the doctors and nurse again and again, but they told me that there's a they told me that there's a limit of painkillers that can be given to the child, and it's already done. We cannot give more painkillers, you have to deal with it. And I was trying to divert her mind, but I know the pain she was suffering from. How can she just divert her mind? Come on, it was like paining her a lot. After 10 days she was discharged, and by the grace of God, it's like 3.5 years now her shunt is in place. I don't know when we have to go for the next shunt operation, but we have to. This shunt is such a thing that I have to get her operated after few years. I don't know how much the time will be, but till now I have not changed it again. Now the most important point here is, no doubt doctor should be good, your surgeon should be good, medicines, treatment, money, everything is important here. But what I have seen and noticed is, I don't think only hydrocephalus child, but every child needs this, that is love, not only from your mom but from all the people who you are surrounded with whom the baby is surrounded with. I think that is most important. It was guided to me by the doctor also, and I want to share this with you all also, that if you're having a special baby like Gia with you, not only hydrocephalus, but there are many problems, I hope you all know about it. And if the baby is like that, all you have to do is give her importance a little more, love her a little more, take care of her a little more, and all that sorts. And also I would like to say you all that only the mom caring and loving the baby is not enough at all. I do have my mom, my family, my relatives, everyone who was standing like a pillar with me, who had loved Gia more than anything else. Also people like Ravinder Singh Grewal, who is like very caring, very supporting. You know, these people make a lot of difference in your life. At least it made in Gia's life a drastic change. And my bestest friend Deepa, who is like very supporting too, and she is very motivating. She is very straightforward girl. She was very motivating to me. She is very motivating to me, because of whom I don't think I was able to do this video. And by her words I thought that yes, if I can go through all this, then why cannot I talk about all this. And today also, after 4 years, if you'll ask me, yes, I do feel a little bit bad when I see my cousins' kids, my friends' kids, or any kids walking or running on the streets, playing around. I don't have any negative feelings for anyone, and they all know that, because I love them all. but I am a human being. No doubt I feel little bad, but when I look at Jia, I just have one word to say, that is, oh my god. Because she is very extraordinary. I am not saying this because she is my daughter, but I am saying this because I have seen her facing so major operations, surgery, each and everything. I've seen her, and today now when I look at her, the way she talks, she presents herself, she is just a 4-year kid. The way she presents herself is like no one can ever match her level. In other words, she is my Iron Man. I think she is the bravest, she is the strongest, and everyone in my family calls me the strong woman, but deep inside my heart I know whatever strength I have, whatever motivating factors I have, it's all only and only because of Jia, and I think she rocks. If you have any query regarding hydrocephalus or meningocele or any other thing, you can just comment below. I will surely reply to you. If you find this video useful in some or the other way, then please give this video a big thumbs up. Please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and also share this video, because trust me, this is going to help many around the world. Please do share, and I will meet you in my next video. Till then, take care. Bye.